Hello, everyone. Welcome to SPTV. My name is Jennifer Rose, and so happy to be back on Love Connects. How are you all doing today? So happy to be with everybody. And Richard, I can't see our comments to see who's here today. And while we do that, I'm going to send this over to my page so that we can get going. I don't think we're live, Richard. Are we live? Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay. There we go. Are we good? We have our comments? Awesome. Okay. All right. All right. Beautiful. So again, here we are. Welcome everybody to SPTV. So happy to see you all. And I'm Jennifer Rose. Um, Please remember to heart, like, comment, subscribe to help SPTV keep growing. Richard here is in the background and he's the creator of SPTV. Everybody give him a shout out and say hello if you would. And I want to thank him for creating this lovely community with all these beautiful mediums and spiritual practitioners so that we can keep growing together and spreading the love of spirit and just helping us all on our journeys together individually and as a collective. So happy to be here on Love Connect with you all. And I love talking about love, and we'll be going to be doing some messages here today. And I would just love to say hello to everybody while we're here as well. And so I want to say hi to Sarah. Hello, she's here today. So happy to see you all. And who else is here with us? Today I've got Sarah and there's Susan. Hi, Susan. Thank you for being here. So good to see all of you. And hello, Nicole. How are you today? Love the angel wings. Very beautiful. And there's Krish. Hey, Krish, how you doing, girl? Thanks for coming. Hello, Miss Gwendolyn. How are you, love? Hi, Janelle. How are you doing today? Hi, everybody. So happy we're all coming on here today. It's a beautiful day for spirit. The sun is shining here in California. Flowers are starting to bloom, starting to warm up. We're still getting some rain off and on. So not quite summer yet, but we're getting there. Hello, Julia. And is it Cupa or Cupa? I'm not sure. Hope I said that right. Hello. Thank you for being here today. Okay. All right. So as we're all coming on here today, it's freezing there. Oh no, Julie, I'm wishing you, sending you warm thoughts and sunshine. And, even here on the West Coast, we still get cold weather too, on and off this time of year. So we call it, say, April showers bring May flowers. So if we're still waiting for a lot of those flowers to bloom, but by Sunday, hopefully, summer, hopefully we'll have a lot of roses coming in. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for coming here today. So happy that we're all coming on. Curious if anyone's new here today, too. So I can tell spirits wanting to give messages because they're making me play with my cards here already, too. So I will keep our little love message here brief as we get started. And Julie, your mom's anniversary is today. Thanks for sharing, love. Oh, you're in the 70s, Gwendolyn. Beautiful. Hello over there on the East Coast. So let me see. All the snow is gone. Yay! There you go, Mel. I'm so happy we're all enjoying the warm weather and the sunshine. So, anyways, we're all a little family here. So as we gather in our family, hello, Ava Rose. Thanks for being here, darling. Okay, so happy to know that you are all open. And I hope that you've all been doing well. We've been working for the last couple of months through the last couple of shows and just kind of like building a foundation so that we can, hey, Jennifer, so that we can live our best life and have the best 2024 this year that we can have with, the most happiness and the most joy. And with that, we create more love for ourselves and for each other and as a collective. So this is kind of our goal together, hopefully, is that this is going to be the most awesome year ever. Now, I know we just got through some kind of intense energies. We've had Mercury retrograde, and we've had oh gosh, I'm not an astrology expert. Is it Chiron or Chiron? I'm not sure. My astrology buffs out there. I apologize if I've mispronounced that. And we have had, hello, Miss Fran. And we have had just had this beautiful eclipse. So we've got the retrograde, we've got that, we've got all of these things, three things happening at once. So I will just chat with a little bit about that too. But where I'm feeling spirit wants to go with that too is just to remind us that we do not have to go into what I want to say is an abundance of worry or fear when these things happen. They do like to bring up sometimes things that are ready to kind of move through our system and be relieved. So all of a sudden you might feel like you were feeling pretty grounded and stable, and then all of a sudden a bunch of drama showed up and you're like, okay, so it could be a little bit of a test to see how well you work with that, how well you can move through it. And just remember that as they shared with me too, that maybe in a couple of weeks from now, or even a few days from now, and surely months and years from now, we will probably barely remember this difficult set of cosmic forces that all came together at once. But we can also shift our perspective, we can shift our perception when these events happen, to think of them as a catalyst for growth and catalyst for moving forward too as well. And I know with when these wounded healer, these what we would call core wounds show up in astrology to be looked at and to be moved through. Now, sometimes, like, so I know this showed up as a collective, but in different people's charts too. When that Chiron shows up, it's about that that inner child wounding that we've had for a long time, and what's supposed to be looked at with that. And that is a wonderful time to think about and feel into yourself and kind of do a little bit of an internal check-in of yourself and what drives you, the forces that drives you. Because as we go through our transformation and as we live our lives with our different relationships with each other, so this could be our family, this could be our friends, this could be our partnerships, our romantic relationships as well too. A lot of our interactions with each other can have deeper layers and meanings. So this is where we're not always fully understanding why we do the things we do, why we think the things we think, or react in certain ways. And one thing that we find is that it is those kind of like deeper layers that we're still working through. And sometimes we think we have worked through it, but there's still a deeper layer behind it and a deeper layer behind that. And those layers can sometimes drive our reactions and our perceptions of our experiences that we have with each other. So this is where it's really good when we have this opportunity to really take a look and go back and kind of see how our experiences of the past can now affect how we interact and feel and react in the now and the present. And then when we can start to connect those little dots, we can do better for our future. So this is where that internal knowing, that know thyself journey, that really going into reflection and being open to looking at yourself can give you as a gift in return beautiful transformation for yourself. And when you have that beautiful transformation for yourself, you're able to see things from higher perspectives, from broader perception. You're able to have more empathy and compassion for other people. You're able to see the same experience from the other person's reality and how they're doing. Because remember, when we're interacting with each other, we're in our own perception, and other people are in their perception, and we're just assuming they should be the same, but they're not, And so, like, I have this little pen here, and it's just sitting here on my table, and I can assume that we all look in this pen as the same. I really can't be sure of that though, because it's going into our perception. And I have another example that sometimes people love to do those little paint parties, and they're all given the same little vase of flowers to paint, and they all show up differently, right? And it's not just talent, but it's also perception, how we're seeing it, how we feel about it, how we visualize it. And so when we realize that other people's perceptions are different, we can hold space and we cannot take things quite so personally. And we can learn from the different stories that are being told. Because what's so beautiful is that we can look deeper and deeper and deeper into meaning, and we can find with even the smallest things that happen in our life can have deep and profound meanings right behind them. And so, how does this apply to love and our relationships and our growth? It's because the more we know us, the better we can be for each other. And so we've been building all of this time trying to talk about self care, self love. We've been talking about how we can heal relationships that have done from the past, and things we can do to help shift the energy into the positive, right? Because we have a right to be happy. It is within us, right? And so in the journey of the self, our happiness will keep growing within us, and that is going to really change our realities that in how we perceive them, right? So I know that many of you here are probably all wanting to have happier relationships, and that's why the show is so beautiful. I'm so grateful that Richard asked me to be part of it, because it is something that we all have in common, and we all would like to have better for our lives in our different relationships. We might want our family to be better. We might want our romantic relationships to be better. We might want our friendships to be better, or all of those things. But when it comes down to it, the more we know us and the more courageous we are to look at ourselves and to keep growing, and that means loving ourselves just as we are in this moment for how we've gotten here and how strong we are to have made it this far, but then also be willing to grow and be willing to change. And that doesn't mean anything wrong. It means that change, that transformation brings you into more of who you are. It is that blossoming flower that keeps blossoming. It is that song that keeps adding more notes to it that you keep coming back into, right? And so, as we're moving through these challenging energies that have showed up for us, um, I'm just going to invite you to have a smile, anyways, to have a dance, anyways, to listen to some happy music for yourself, to look for positivity out there. Remember to look for beauty out there, because you will find it. And you sure can find it within yourself as well. So think of nice things about yourself. Remember the nice things about each other. So we'll call this a little bit of a recap of the last couple months. And then as we move into the next few months, we'll go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. Beautiful, Kristen. Thank you. The blossoming. Exactly. And that's what we are. We're constantly doing that. And it's just always elevating and getting better and better and better. So please keep remembering to do that self-love, that self-care. It's not selfish. It actually is a gift to the people around you, because the more you take care of you, the more energy you will have to give to other people. And the more you will keep growing and attracting a better life for yourself. So it is a difficult journey, but an incredibly beautiful one too. And so with that, that's just a little message for today. And I know I can usually go a little bit longer, but I do feel like Spirit's wanting to make sure that we have plenty of time to do some readings for everybody that's here on today. So I hope you got a little nugget there that's helpful for you. And then let's see what else Spirit would like to share for us today. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cards. I have so much fun working with them here today. Yeah, and I see that there are some birthdays here too. So happy birthday to everybody here, and to your loved ones who have happy birthdays today. And if there's any loved ones in Spirit that have birthdays, we wish them a happy birthday too, because they always love to be remembered. So Mel, yes, you are right. Thank you for your message. Self-care is hard to do, but it is vital and essential too. And so just to share like a little personal bit, like when I remember to take my vitamins every day, I feel so much better. And it's like, why did I go slacking on that for a while when I see how much better I feel when I take them, right? And so, but that gives me another opportunity to reflect and to remember, okay, where are my priorities? How am I allocating my energy? How can I redistribute my energy? How do I feel about myself? You know, so is there a little bit more self work on myself to make sure I have that higher self esteem to make myself take my vitamins? So little things like that come into play. So those are always just good things to remember. And I know it's hard, but it is essential. And your physical self too needs just as much love as your spiritual, mental, and emotional self. And a lot of times we can not feel good, And that is because our physical body isn't getting everything that it needs or wants. And that's why taking care of the physical is just as important as the mental, emotional, and spiritual, because it's always integrated and it's always spiritual in the end. So, and yes, and a big, big happy birthday. So let me see where I'm going to be guided to next. And again, thank you so much for your messages. And if anybody has any questions, sorry, Richard. Okay, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. So we do have a Zoom option and it is optional. So that means I'm still working with everybody here on Facebook and YouTube. And we also have the Zoom option where you can come in and we can just kind of look at each other and see each other and work one-on-one. So, so I'm going to work with somebody that's already in the Zoom room, but don't worry, I've already all got you all here too over on Facebook and YouTube. And so Richard, who did I have, love? Okay, beautiful. So how about we start with Grace and let her in? Okay. Okay. And I know there's a few of you here who are messaging too. I can tell that you're messaging that you're having a hard day. And so I am asking Spirit to hold space for you too. And I would ask for everybody who's listening to give some love to each other over in the comments because we're all a beautiful circle here today. So this is an opportunity for us all to hold space for each other, to send love to each other and give beautiful healing to each other through some positive messages and hearts. So thank you for that. So Grace, hi. We're just letting her get connected. Yeah, so much love to you, Debbie. I'm so sad you're having a bad day, but hopefully I'll see if I get guided to you, but I see your comment here and I just want to make sure you have the love of spirit as well. So okay, so there she is. Yeah, I can't see her video either. Okay, we can hear you. Are you able to get your video on, Grace? Oh. Okay. Okay, no worries. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Hey, Grace.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being brave and coming on to Zoom here with me. I'm so glad you felt guided to go ahead and click on the link, sweetheart. How you doing today?
I'm okay, thanks. I just was randomly scrolling on Facebook and saw and yeah, just thought why
And here
not?
you
Click
are.
on
Oh my
it.
gosh, cool. I'm so happy you're here today. So Grace, did you want to ask a question or did you just want to see if there's a message from Spirit for you with the cards? Do you have a preference?
I would like to see if anybody's around me spirit wise, but I'm also just wanting to ask a quick question as well, if that's okay.
Sure. Why don't you ask me your question first and then we'll see who's in spirit for you.
Yeah. So when we meditate, like if we do like a spiritual meditation, um are we like opening ourselves up to receive like anything from spirit, whether it's a sign or a feeling or a thought or
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the beautiful things about meditation is it helps to kind of quiet the mind. It helps the nervous system relax. And then as you kind of expand your energy, you can be a little bit more receptive to healing from spirit, messages from spirit, signs from spirit. You can also set your intention to do that too, that if you're hoping that the meditation gives you also those benefits is to set that intention with spirit. I'm open to you giving me healing while I meditate. I'm open to receiving messages while I meditate. I'm open to feeling my loved ones while I meditate. So it's all there for you. So it's a really beautiful question. And one thing you can do that a lot of us spiritual healers and mediums do is we just learn to expand our energy or awareness. If you just think of like your aura is getting really big and filling up the room with the love that is you, that can help you be more receptive to the spirit world and they can come in and kind of work with you and help you build your intuition just for yourself. Or if you wanted to kind of build those gifts on a deeper level, you could do that as well too. It's also a great way to over time start to feel the presence of your loved ones in a greater capacity. So that's a really, really good question. So thanks for asking that. Is that helpful?
yeah, thank you. I feel like I got a lot
Okay.
from that. I tried some meditation the other day, but I don't think I set my intentions correctly. So thank you for that advice, and I'll definitely
Yeah.
try it.
It's
Mhm.
all good, and everything works the way it's supposed to anyway. So sometimes when people meditate or they start sitting, they worry that if their mind is thinking a lot and they can't get it to quiet down, they worry that nothing is happening and nothing is working. But it is, because spirit is so powerful and intelligent that they find a way no matter what. And sometimes, the mind, which is still part of your spirit, is all connected. Sometimes the mind just wants to get stuff sort of out of its system. And sometimes it's just a matter of, if we give ourselves enough time, those thoughts will quiet down eventually, and we'll build that kind of muscle of being able to go into that quieter space. But once the thoughts kind of move out of your system, then your body can kind of relax a little bit, and you'll find the quieter space comes. But it definitely will come over time as well. And so, but not to worry that everything is working. But setting that intention can give you a little bit of an addition, and also asking for more help can sometimes give spirit like that added permission to do a little extra for you, if that makes sense. So I'm so happy that you're on this journey. It's really exciting for you. You have, Grace, a lot of beautiful of this like rose colored pink around you. And when I see that, I usually know that you've come to what I say is matured in your sensitivity. So that means
Mm.
that you have always been a sensitive, healing, loving, kind person, and you've learned to use it to your benefit and to mature into it, so that it's not kind of like some people, when they haven't quite got there yet, they have a hard time managing their sensitivity. But it feels as if you've actually done pretty well with that. Would that make sense for you?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I see a lot of yellow flowers for you too, so I know that it's kind of symbolic of new beginnings for you, but also your willingness to learn and be open uh, to spirit, and to like taking in more of those like downloads and information, and teachings that you get too. So, and here you ended up here. So, but I see like the yellow daffodils for you too. So this was an opportunity for spirit to give you a little like answers to your questions, to get you some information that will help you on your journey too. I also know, beautiful Grace, that you have such a lovely soul and such a lovely spirit, and that you just try so hard all the time. They bring in a lot of beautiful ruby red color around you too. So I know that you've been working on grounding, and you've been working on creative energy and the creative force within you. It feels as if your soul is like just almost like itching to do more and to create and to expand, if that makes sense. It feels like you're feeling that like strength within you. So that is quite really beautiful. I see the card Sacred Woman for you too, if I can pull that too. So you're working with that beautiful, grounded, creative energy, that kind of a goddess energy, earthy goddess energy. So that's really quite beautiful for you as well. So would you understand, Grace, a father or father figure in spirit? Sometimes this can be, a stepdad or like a father or father-in-law for you too, but I do feel a paternal energy coming in for you.
Not dad or stepdad. No. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, I'll see if I can get a little bit more. It's possibly could be grandfather, but I know it's a very paternal
Okay.
energy that comes in for you. I know
Yeah.
this man
Yeah.
would be somebody who would be very independent in his thinking. He has a very like strong, he has a strength to him in his kind of like presence. So he has a strong presence. He shows me
Yeah.
wearing a hat as well. So he would either have worn a hat, or he would symbolically be a person who would be able to do different things, kind of like, so like wear different hats in life, so the different roles that he had to play. But I know he's a very strong, independent character. I know too that he shows me going like this, and so usually when I see that, they want to give me a little apology for something, as if they wish they could have been a little more present for you, or wish they could have been a little bit more, softer with you as well, that he brings forward too. So he shows me that as well, as that being in spirit world, he now kind of sees like, oh, like I see it now. I didn't quite see it back then. Would that make sense for you, Grace?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can take bits of that.
Okay. Okay. Does this feel like a grandfather for you? Because I don't feel like I've
Yeah.
got the relationship quite right. Okay, so this is granddad for you too. Um, I do see him like being out on the water too. So there would be a love of the outdoors, and I almost feel like I need to do that. Like I need to go outdoors so that I can feel like myself again. So that was his kind of like way of decompressing too. But I also know when he shows me this, because he shows me a beautiful sunset on the horizon, he lets you know that he's really found a beautiful peace over in spirit world. And I know when he shows me this peace over in spirit world that he's come to find within himself, which is so quite lovely. Um, he wants to bring this blanket of peace onto you and bring that, like, just like envelop you in it, because he is deeply connected with the soul presence of himself. He's not just personality, but he's the full soul presence, and wants to bring this beautiful blanket of peace around you. It's really quite beautiful.
Mm.
He lets me know that you've been putting puzzle pieces together, and this has to do with your journey and your knowledge that you bring, and you've been taking all the pieces and putting them together. And he says, but these
Mm.
pieces aren't just pieces of information. They're letting you learn more of you. They're letting you know you. And so as the pieces come together, you become more and more aware of your own self, your own spiritual being that you are too, and the love that is you. And he's going like this. He's very happy with this too. He shows me writing too. So Grace, do you like to write? Do you like to do writing or journaling or poetry? Because he's showing me this as he comes in closer to me.
No, I haven't started, but I have been thinking about it. But everything he's
Okay.
saying is like describing that I'm a therapist. I started training as a therapist. I'm qualified
Uh-huh.
now, but I feel like the whole journey has been about not only just desperately wanting to help other people, but I've learned a lot about myself in that journey as well.
Yeah,
So I feel like
yeah.
he's referring to that a lot when he talks.
Yeah, very, very true too. And it's been the same for me, because when I started my development as a medium, I was so grateful to have an opportunity to help people in this very special way. But I didn't realize how much it was going to do for me as well, how much it would change
Yeah.
me and transform me and heal me and teach me too. So that is the
Mm.
beautiful gift, isn't it? Isn't it? It's such a
Yeah.
beautiful gift. But he's very, very proud of you. And thank you for, your service to humanity in the way that you're doing it, because people really need it. And
Mm.
y'all who are listening, therapists do great work. They are healers too. So, um, and I can tell that spirit does work through you intuitively as well. So I know that you have your spirit helpers that help you do this work, and that's why you know what to say to your clients, right, and to your people who come to you. But this is
Yeah.
part of your natural gift, and that's why that beautiful rose-colored pink came in for you, and that healing energy came in for you, because
Mm.
it is a natural part of who you always have been. So even as a little girl, you are giving people comfort when maybe they should have been the ones giving you comfort, but you are giving them comfort. And you see me rubbing my nose, so that's spirit saying that that's an important thing for you to know, that this has
Yeah.
always been in you. This has always been a part of a gift. And I know you feel it as well.
Mm.
And so this piece that this grandfather brings to you is really quite lovely. And it's just to kind of like give back to you for all that you have given over life too. Now, I know he shows me, just going back a little bit to grandpa, he gives me tightness in the chest. So this is usually heart and lung issues that he had. And I know he had some mobility issues too, because he got kind of stiff in his joints at the end there. This is a little bit hard because he was used to being kind of independent and control kind of guy. And then as he got
Yeah.
older, these kind of health issues kind of, impacted his quality of living. But he tried to
Mm.
make the best of it he could, as he shows me that too. It feels as if he would have had some kind of military connection for himself or somebody else in the family too, that going back in time, that I feel like I just need to acknowledge with him too. And then he also lets me know there's an important birthday or celebration right around now. He's recently passed or coming forward, that he wants to acknowledge and say that they're all aware and they will make sure they show up. So I know that could be very important for you too. Now, Grace, would you also have a grandmother in spirit, and you would be able to smell her perfume, or sort of a floral type scent going past you? Because I'm having that brought to my awareness of a very lovely lady, and she would always make sure she had her makeup on nice, and she always smelled nice too. She smelled like the rose garden in her backyard, I want to say, with her too.
Yeah, I do have a grandma in spirit, and she did
Yeah,
have
yeah.
flowers in the garden, and yeah, she is a lovely, lovely lady.
Yeah, she really is. So she comes in and steps forward for you too, to bring you her love, and to bring in and her what I want to say is joy of experiencing you and your um, transformation of yourself and your gift to this world too. Because not only do they know you as Grace, the granddaughter, they know you as Grace, the soul. They know you as Grace, the beautiful human being. They know you as who you are, also are in spirit world at the same time. So not only is it this relationship of grandparent, granddaughter, but you are also soul friends and soul family as well. So it's just this beautiful, lovely, lovely, lovely connection that comes forward for you here today. So I'm so happy you showed up. You followed your guidance, and it must have felt a little random to you, but then here you are, and it was all meant to be too. I know they communicate
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, it's so beautiful. They communicate to you with numbers and with music, and also with the flowers too. So know when you get drawn to certain flowers, you're meant to see them. And so that could be the favorite flower of a loved one. It could be your favorite flower, or there could be a spiritual meaning of that flower, and you could just look it up and find out what it means for you, if that makes sense. But I know they like to communicate with that too. I do get the numbers through, and I do get the numbers 333 for you as well, Grace. So you have such a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
going
you
to
so much.
thank your grandmother and grandfather for stepping forward for you. And I hope that was helpful for you as well. So I
Yeah.
just want to thank you for being here today.
Oh, it was amazing. Thank you so much. My
Okay.
birthday is on the 3rd. That's why you're getting 333.
Oh, there we go. Oh, happy birthday,
So
Grace. And you
much.
have such a beautiful name too. And
Oh, thank you.
Richard was we were talking about the song Amazing Grace earlier. So how about that? That was before the show even
Really?
started.
Oh my
So
God,
no mistake, you're
that's
here today.
crazy.
So it all connects.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You have a beautiful evening, love.
And you take care. Bye. Bye.
Okay, will do. Bye-bye. Okay, so let me see. Got it. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, Monica, your birthday's on the third too. Well, happy, happy belated birthday to you too. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Look at all these beautiful Aries April birthdays, and Bev is on the ninth. It is like an Aries party here today. So, oh my gosh, happy birthday to all my April girls. Oh my goodness. Oh, today is the ninth. Oh my gosh, happy birthday today. That's right. Yesterday was the eighth. Oh my gosh, Bev. Well, hey, Bev, is she's in Australia? Oh, so it's what, is it the next day or the day before? It's the next day, April 9th. Well, let me give Bev, let me give you a card since you just had a birthday, love. I've got a card for you already. If we can move back to Bev for just a second. I get you the water carrier, and it's from the Healing Waters deck, Bev, and it says, "What really matters, reflect and reprioritize." So that's a beautiful little birthday message, because now that you just had a birthday, you can just do that reflection, reprioritize, and how do you want to spend the rest of your birthday in living it, making it the best that it can be. And that's just a good time to just kind of maybe write things out a little bit, make a little chart or something like that, or put it into place for yourself so that you can see what you would like to create for this next year. But I do see a lot of beautiful positive flow. Spirit brings a lot of beautiful purple light around you too, to show me that you've had just a lovely opening and awakening. And I do feel a lovely spirit team that works with you, that are always helping you along the way. They give you little pushes when you feel a little bit resistant to change, and so they kind of give you little nudges. But they're saying happy birthday, and they're so proud of you. I can see them blowing like little streamers and putting little sparkles all around you, Beth. So happy birthday to you. Just a little quick message for you from your helpers in spirit. And you've got a lovely angelic connection as well. So I'm going to leave you with that, Bev, and thank you for letting me work with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going and see who else we can give messages to today. Okay. All right, I'm just going to see who I'm guided to, everyone, as spirit lets me show. So Sarah, Sarah L, if I could please come to you, please, Sarah. And I'm just going to, okay, hold on. They're guiding me to use these cards for you. Okay, Sarah. How are you doing today, love? And thanks for letting me work with you. So I'm just going to see how I feel guided for you today, too. And do I still have anyone in the Zoom? Richard, let me know. I'm going to make sure I'm keeping track. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So let me work with Sarah, and then I'll hop on over to Zoom. Okay, Sarah, I have the most beautiful card that just came for you from the Energy Oracle deck, and it is called the Healing Heart. And it's this beautiful, beautiful golden heart that just came in for you. I'm happy that you're good, Sarah. And it says love, acceptance, and romance are what the healing heart has to do with too. So this is really beautiful and perfect. And you can be what I want to say is, um, standing and holding space for everybody here who is always working on the healing heart. So you love to love, and you love to feel the presence of love around you, and you love to create beauty for you. And this also tells me that you try very hard to forgive, and you try very hard to let things go and kind of stay with the flow the best that you can. And I'm feeling like I also want to bring you Archangel Gabriel coming into you today, just to let you know you've got the help from that angel too, as kind of being a beautiful energetic match for you as well. But lets me know that the last, what I want to say is like 15 years. And that sounds like a lot, but there's actually been a lot of happened in these last 15 years. So if you go back to the age you were 15 years ago and bring it into the now, you will see a very profound transformation of yourself, I have to say. So it's really, really quite beautiful. I also want to give you the number 1212, Sarah. Let me know if this resonates for you, the number 1212. So please pay attention if you haven't seen it before. Hold on to it for later too. Okay, beautiful. You need the healing right now. So that lets you know that spirit is healing, but it is in you too, because I feel like this is an important time. I can feel the little bit of heartache that's in there right now. And I can feel that as Archangel Gabriel comes in, he helps to give that some relief too. And you can also call in your angels too to help you with that as well. But you're doing so well. I just need to tell you, you're doing so well, because they just let me know that you're this like really, really brave soul, and you just keep getting up and moving down the path, and you just keep getting up and moving down the path. And they sometimes you have the little tests that come through you from your higher self, and you just kind of find ways to just like move through it, and like, you know, take all the little barriers, and you're like, nope, nope, I'm going to see clearly. Nope, nope, I'm going to see clearly. So you do that really, really well, Sarah. So I just need to tell you, you're doing a great job. You're a great force of love and light in this world, they tell me. And so please don't ever forget that. They just really want to make sure that you know that. I'm glad that, thanks for validating that the 12 is significant, because I know that to be very important for you too. You have a lovely grandmother in spirit too. She's somebody who would have really liked to drive her car back in the day. She shows me, and she comes in with this big smile, and she calls you Angel. And she is just like one of the sweetest ladies, and she wants to bake you cookies, and she wants to like knit you a sweater so that you can feel all like cozy and safe and taken care of. It's a really beautiful grandmother. And I know that she would have worn her glasses, because she makes me want to put on my glasses, and makes me want to look through a cookbook or look through a catalog or just a fun book to read that she would pull off of her shelf. And this grandmother's such a lovely lady, but she's come in here for you just to give you that extra little bit of support, and just to really say hi and let you know that she loves you and she's always watching out for you. She shows me, she very gently taps on your shoulders to say, hello, darling, I'm here. Hello, Angel, I'm here. So if you ever feel just a little bit of a chill or a little something, that's just your most beautiful grandmother just coming and saying hello, and that she's here and that she loves you. So I hope that's helpful for you, Sarah, but it's such a beautiful card to get that one for you here today. So it's your lucky day, my darling. So I hope that's helpful. And thank you for letting me work with you. I really appreciate you. So I'm going to go hop on over to Zoom, and don't worry, I'm holding space for everybody who's here too. And okay, beautiful. Thanks for the validation, Sarah, too. Okay. So, okay. Okay. May I work with Ava, please, over in the Zoom? Ava, yeah. Thanks for everybody for holding space for each other. Thanks for loving each other so much. I so appreciate all of you. So beautiful. Hi, Ava. Could you unmute yourself, Ava, and turn your video on if possible, if you're able to? If not, I'll just work with your voice, love. Hi. How are you? Good, thank you. Thanks for coming on today. Okay, there's Ava. Hi. Say hi to everybody. Great to see you, girl. Too. Ava, did you want to get a message today, or did you have a question that you wanted to ask?
Wherever you feel led. I don't really have a question.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we'll just see what spirit has for you. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the true love cards for you here today. So let's see what they have to tell you. So I'm just going to feel into it and let me know too. Now, as I'm doing this, Ava, and you have such a beautiful name too. You do have a lot of green light that comes around you too. And this is usually a very heart-centered light, heart healing light too. And I kind of feel this to be twofold. I feel as if you're somebody who likes to hold space for other people, put an arm around them when they're having a hard time, give them advice when they need it, or give them support when they need it. Would that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. And I also feel, as I'm feeling into that too, though, that there is a part of you that would like some of that to be given to you as well for those times when your heart could use some of that extra love too, if that makes sense. If that makes sense too. So I'm feeling like it goes both ways. And that's one of the reasons why Spirit guided you here today to say, we have you too. We're here for you too. We've got some love to give you here today. Does that make sense too? So it's
Yes, for
beautiful.
sure.
They show me bright blue sky for you too. So I know that the horizon is really quite beautiful. You have a beautiful horizon for you. You have a beautiful opening that shows up for you too. But they also show me an owl. So we have like the day and then we have the night. And when the owl comes in, it's quite a profound messenger for you, like bringing you that wisdom, but also bringing you that clarity of vision for yourself. Okay. So this owl comes in as a beautiful spirit messenger for you too. And he just kind of like swoops on by, so beautiful to let you know, I'm here, and we're together. We're like a beautiful team. So he helps to bring you kind of like those little bits of wisdom, and so do you ever see owls show up for you sometimes in your signs and synchronicities?
I see them a lot when I'm driving. I live in Phoenix, so
Okay,
between
okay.
the bright sky and owls, yes.
Okay, so that all makes sense for you too. And again, even if they're common, they are there for you too as a messenger as well. So you've got them in the physical reality, but you've also got the spirit owl for you too. So no mistake that you live where you live, because that energy of that location is part for there for you too. Does that make sense? Like you connect with it too. I also, it's interesting. I want to give you some of the darker black crystals that come in to bring you kind of like the grounding and that feeling of empowerment. So sometimes when we get drawn to those like darker colored crystals, we're usually craving that kind of like grounded feel. But it also lets me know that your connection to that earth energy is also very helpful and healing for you too, because you are very imaginative, beautiful, spiritual being too. And so you kind of love being over here too, but then the earth energy kind of keeps you connected and grounded here as well. So it's a really beautiful balance you've had. You've done a really, really great job with that too. Now,
Thank you.
you're very, very welcome. Now, I'm going to pull this card for you, and it's called Serendipity. So it's really pretty. It's part of this true love deck too. So this has to do with kind of like the right timing for things. So spirit letting you know that the right timing for things to show up for you too. And so it's got this beautiful woman, and she's rowing her little boat out on the water, and she's of course out in the sunshine, and it's number 29. And there's a beautiful shooting star and a rainbow. So it's really, really, really quite, I know it's hard to do on Zoom to get the card too. So it's really, really quite beautiful. But I know that for you, as Spirit shows me this card, I know that for you, that the people who have come in and out of your life have all been there for a reason, and you've become really aware of this. But there have been those special people that have shown up where you're just kind of like, I feel as if I've known you forever. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And
Yes.
there's no mistake to that. There is no mistake to that too. So just really, the reason why they're showing this to me for you, Ava, is because to remind you of how connected everything is, and that there really are no like random things happening. Like everything has a purpose and a meaning to it, right? And we can relax into that. Like, well, it'll help us to kind of like feel calmer in our purpose. But it is those special meetings that really help to emphasize it for you too, but they let me know that there are still more people to be coming into your life as like special relationships to come into your life to um, help increase the teaching that you get from those relationships and from those experiences, if that makes sense, and those connections. So it's two part. One is for what you can learn from them, and it's also just the beauty of like extending that spiritual friendship into this physical reality. So it's really cool what they're showing me, because from the spiritual side of life, which we are always connected to, we all know each other, we're all friends, saying, isn't this a great time we're having down here on earth, right? you know And it's an opportunity to bring that here too. And then we have this like, I don't know why I know you. I don't know why I feel this way. Because up here you're having a party. Does that make sense? But that's really
Yes.
cool how they just showed it to me. It was really, really special. But I also want to give you the numbers, the 888s for you too, the triple eights. And I know it's like the infinity, like turned sideways. So your connection to your like eternal forever self is very in alignment right now. So I feel like I just want to just remind you, and I feel like you already know this, to just really pay close attention to this time that you're in right now. I know you've probably felt these energies of the last week that we were talking about pretty intensely, right? It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be let up by Friday, Saturday. You'll be feeling like, okay, like the dust is settled. We're like back in our groove again too. It was just designed for you. They're saying just to give some healing and to let go of some of the old experiences that have kind of like served their purpose, taught you what you've needed to learn. And then we're ready to kind of move over and make space for new growth to come in. Does that make sense? But over the
Yes, I've
last
been
2
through
years,
a
yeah,
lot in the past like five,
yeah.
6 years.
Yeah. And you've done really, really marvelous job of getting through it too. And but they show me too, this, especially these past 2 years of everything you've been through. And I know there's been loss and there's been grief and there's been some like really like I do see like the towers crumbling down and you have to rebuild them back up again too. So a lot of significant transformation, in the movie Eat, Pray, Love. That's what Elizabeth Gilbert says is ruin is the road to transformation. As hard as it is, we know it to be
Mhm.
true, right? But there's so many gifts that come along the way for you, but you've done extraordinarily well too. But Spirit brings a lot of love and light, but they showed in this last like year or two, you've really been planting seeds as well. So you've been planting
Mhm.
seeds and seeds have been being planted for you for exponential growth. And so you're going to really look back in another 5 years and go, wow, that lady on SPTV was right. Like, look at, like, oh my gosh, like my whole life changed, but for the better, for the better. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of beautiful new partnerships coming in for you too.
pretty much like in the past 4 years, I like my husband died, COVID happened, I lost a job. Like it was like thing after thing after thing after thing. And I feel like now
Yeah.
I'm finally catching my breath. So
Yeah. So finally that time to kind of like rest and move forward. And I'm so sorry for all of that loss. That's really, really, really hard to go through. I'm so sorry that you had to go through, but it is a testament to your inner strength. And you do have like a heart of steel by now. You know what I mean? Like you have like
yes,
you
yes.
have like a heart of steel. And when you love, like you love with all of you, with all of your being,
Mhm.
because you understand how sacred life is and how important life is and how big love is within you. So it's like sometimes in all of that grief and the heartbreak of that too, you get a heart of steel and in the best and most beautiful meaning of the world when I say that. Does that make sense? So it's the strength that you've built up too. Now with your beautiful husband too, I know he visits you quite often. I know you feel his presence around you. I know he communicates to you through your music, through your favorite songs that you have. And I know that
Mhm.
like before you fall asleep, sometimes you think of him and remember him, and he's just there kind of stroking your hair, and I can still hear him saying, "Hey, baby." I hear him saying, "Hey,
That's
baby."
exactly what he said. Yep.
He says, "I haven't gone anywhere. Don't you worry." He gives me chills all over, and he says, "I haven't gone anywhere." And I hear him singing the song by Coldplay. The song, it's called Yellow. Look at the stars, look how they
Yes,
shine for you. He's singing that song for
yes.
you too. So wow, so he's still got the little hot steamy thing going on for you too. So like, oh my goodness. So that hasn't gone.
He was Stevie.
Oh my gosh. Um, but he says, and I rub my nose with this, that you can still find more love for you in the future too. And he gives his blessing for that. And they may not even be on your radar right now, but he will make sure to always help you be protected and guided in that capacity, because all he wants for you is extreme happiness and joy in your life.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on today. All my love to you. Thanks for being you
Thank
too.
you.
Okay.
It
All
was
right.
beautiful reading. Thank you.
You're
Bye.
so welcome. Anytime. Anytime. Okay. All right. All right. Richard thinks I'm funny. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Let me see. Can you keep those comments rolling for me, Richard? Yeah. No, let's keep going. Yeah. Thank you, Mel. So pretty of you. Thank you, Peppa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm just going to see who I feel guided to. Okay. El Marie, I'm just going to check with you real quick. Hey, there's Debbie. Hi, Debbie, soul sister. Thanks for coming on, darling. Okay. Let me see. You need to know, will circumstances in your current job get better and will you perform better than 2023? So what I'm hearing spirit do is giving you the thumbs up. So their spirit helpers are giving me the thumbs up, and that's what they're showing you here too. And they're just reminding you that they're giving me like the Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz thing, reminding that you have everything that you need to make this happen, but you also have help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Say, hey, over there, spirit team, please keep the help coming. Please keep me guided. But I'm also hearing what them say for you, El Maria, is just to take some time to sit in the stillness and the silence, play a little soft music, or go outside into nature so that you can get some of those downloads, those little messages that they're trying to give to you, where they're giving you little bits of advice on what you can do to go forward. But I do see spirit world doing this for you. That's what they're showing me for you too. They're showing me as if it feels you've been a little bit kind of like had a hard time moving forward. They're kind of giving me symbolism. It's just been kind of hard to move forward, as if like you're trying really hard, but you can't quite get your step, or you can't quite feel your, or you, Richard, I can't think if you're singing to me. Oh, Marie, it's okay. We're having a party in the background here. Oh, Marie, my sweet darling. They've been showing me as if you feel as if you're kind of like almost like feeling as if you got like a block, but you just can't move as fast as you want to move or as freely as you want to move. But what they tell me with this is not to worry. You will be kind of be able to get up at that in that chair and start moving, better, because it's just everything has happened for a reason. So the timing has been an issue for you. You have to have certain things have to happen in certain timing so that you get to the next place that you're supposed to be. So as frustrating as it is, nothing has gone wrong. So what they're saying is, again, they're giving me the thumbs up, and they're just suggesting take some time to sit in the silence, sit in the quiet, go out in nature, so that they can whisper in your ears those little messages, that things that you can do on a practical level of the next steps to take. So I hope that's helpful for you, El Marie, and I just want to thank you for your question and for being here today as well too. So, okay, Richard, can I hop back over to Zoom? Is there anyone still in the waiting room over there? Okay, let's let Janelle in. Hey, Janelle, come on in, darling. So we're just going to give her a minute just to get connected. There she is. Okay, she's just connecting to the audio there. Okay. And I just want to thank everyone again for being here today and for holding space for each other. You have such loving messages and you're so like supportive of each other. So thank you all for that too. So it's so much appreciated. Okay, so Janelle's just getting connected. All right. Okay, Janelle, would you be able to unmute, love? Yeah, she's still muted. She may have taken a quick break. She's been waiting for a while. There she is. Hey, Janelle, how are you? Good, thank you. Okay, here she is.
Hi.
All right. Hey, girl, do you want to put your video on or no?
I can't. Sorry.
You can't. That's okay. What can I do for you here today? Did you want to ask me a question or did you want to get a card, my love?
Just
How can I make
whatever
you
you
happy
feel,
today?
whatever
Okay.
you feel guided to.
Oh, no, hold on. I just lost my screen. Let me get you back. My mouse clicked something. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. All right. So now the fairies are calling you. Is that okay? The fairies.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
calling you. You have fairy energy around you. It's really, really lovely too. All right. Janelle, a lot of transformation for you, yes?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Did I give you a reading last week? In 2 weeks ago? I don't think I did. the last time I saw this so much transformation, the lady was getting ready to give birth, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I was
Oh
like,
my.
wow, and I can see, yeah. So, but for you, oh my gosh, you have this like big creative like project that's been like brewing inside of you that you're trying to move forward. Would you understand that? Very like
Yes.
artistic creative project, and you're trying to literally like give birth to it, but it has changed like everything about you. It almost feels as if you've been this kind of like cyclone of a whirlwind, and now you're just kind of like finding that center spot again. Would that make sense for you, Janelle?
Yes. Totally.
Okay. Okay, you've been doing great. You have been like staying like rock steady, solid with this too. So I got to give you props for that too, because spirit has they have been showing you that your path has been kind of like, it hasn't been super smooth. It's been bumpy because they show me like this like rocky path, if that makes sense, like if it's made out of stone. And so it's a little unsteady sometimes too, but it's been there to show you like how to find your balance and how to like maintain. So,
Mhm.
but you've done a really great job with that. So I just need you to like give yourself a pat on the back too. Okay. So
Oh,
first card, yeah, first card they're giving you from the fairies is financial flow. So just giving you that little bit of help to let you know that like in that area that will start to, what I want to say is like I can see little obstacles in the way starting to kind of move out. If that makes sense. Obstacles to move out of the way so you can get more of what you need, if that makes sense. So they bring that forward with you too, because that feels like that's something that's been on your mind of like how this is going to show up and what way and how you're going to get what you need in the different parts. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay, beautiful. So the angel's coming in to say, we've got you, we're helping with this, and this is going to be getting better for you too. Okay. And then have you thought about moving? Because they just gave me new location.
I've been trying to figure out how to move.
Okay, okay. So these two go hand in hand, right? Getting all of the resources that you need so that you can move to the next step in the location. I'm feeling like what they're showing me is that there's going to be a little bit more of a time, like it's like not going to be like today. There's a little bit more time to progress, but it is going to fall into place and you're going to know. That's what they're saying. You're going to know because you're going to feel the momentum pick up for you. Does that make sense? So it's just a
Right.
matter of timing. So if it feels like, oh my gosh, this is taking too long, again, just like we were saying with the last beautiful soul here, there's a timing issue for that too. So it's going to happen at the right moment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But it's
Thank you.
already there, like it's already there for you, so that it's just finding when it's going to land, if that makes sense too. And then the next card that I give you here is dreams coming true. There you go. Yay, we love the fairies, don't we?
Oh,
Look at that, your creative project, you're trying to move, you're trying to give birth to all of this that's like totally like blooming within you and dreams coming true. So it's a really beautiful reminder, like don't give up hope, keep moving forward, you've got it, they're helping you, the fairies are totally on your side. So next time you go outdoors for a little walk, say hi to the trees and the flowers, because the fairies are in there, and say thank you for having my
um,
back, because they really like
I
you because you have such a beautiful imagination, and you have that beautiful spirit, that comes from that playful side of you, and they love you. So it's really,
can
really
I share
beautiful.
something about that?
Please. Yeah, please.
So mm, there was in my front yard this morning. I was walking back to my house, and in my front they cut off a branch of the tree, and it looked like it was bleeding. And I went
Oh,
up to the
wow.
tree and I put my hand on it and I was like, I'm sorry. And I was just giving the tree love. That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
That is so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. No wonder they showed up for you.
Oh, oh.
No wonder. I mean, that's magical, isn't it? Isn't that magical? So, yeah. So look at that. You gave them all of that love, and then they came here to give you love. So I'm so happy that you came here today. Thank you for sharing, Janelle. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. I
That was
appreciate
so
you so
beautiful.
much.
Yeah, that was lovely. So we all got to witness the magic of that. That's so beautiful. So all of that love you gave has just been given back to you too. So it's a good reminder that when we take those moments just to give healing to one another, to notice, a being of life such as a tree or person, an animal, like just to take that time of kindness that it's noticed, that spirit notices us too. I've got chills with that too. So you have a beautiful heart. Thank you, darling.
Oh, thanks.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, Janelle. You're welcome, Janelle. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to move back over and look through the comments and see where we're guided to. And thanks for being on, Kim. I see you're saying bye. Thanks for coming today. Much love and light to you as well. Okay, and let's see who's still on. Okay, Sean, yeah, Sean Anderson, are you still here? And what is your question? How are you doing today? And thank you for being here. So just let me know that you're still here and let me know what your question is. Okay, if you could give me quick feedback, that would be really great. And I'm pulling cards for you as well from the Energy Spirit deck. So let me see. Okay, just waiting to make sure you're still here. Okay, you still here, Sean? Okay, well, I'm going to pull a card for you and hopefully you're still here and hopefully it makes its way to you because I just want to make sure that you get that too. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So I've pulled this card. It's called Kinship. It's number 32, and it says community in your group. So this is what's important for you right now is to make sure that you are spending time kind of like with your tribe. And of course, by being here, you are doing that as well. So you're being part of the community, part of the love, part of the holding space for each other. And you're making those lovely connections that are giving you everything you need in your journey stepping forward. So I know that's what Spirit really wants to give for you right now. And they showed me that you've really found a lot of inner strength for yourself and you've really learned to kind of integrate your own sensitivity within that as well, and that you're a very hard worker. So this all feels very important because they show me with you just all the parts are coming together. Again, like we were talking about puzzle pieces earlier, all the pieces are coming together and like finding their way. And this is really like you're finally starting to see it and like helping it to move forward. So I hope that's helpful for you too. But just remember, stay with your people because they have your back and they can help to give you support and inspiration just as you do for them as well. So I hope that's helpful. I see a beautiful sun for you too. So that sun is just, it's the light. It's the knowledge, it's the wisdom, and that's coming in for you too. So just remember when you're having one of those days where you don't feel quite as bright as usual, to say, I am the sun is me, and just be that eminent, beautiful, radiant soul that you are. So thank you, Sean. I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to go ahead and move forward so I can hopefully get a few more messages in before we say goodbye. So, okay, can we keep the comments rolling? Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. All right, Laura. Are you still here, Laura? It says, what should you be working on right now? Okay, I'm going to move back over to the water cards for you. So let's pull a card for you, Laura, and see what it says, my darling. And if you would, let me know that you're still here. But I am going to pull a card for you too. You have a lot of pink light around you. So this is very heart-centered sensitivity light. It has a lot of beautiful sparkles in it. It's very pastel-y for you too. So this tells me that you're really like working with like what I want to say is the lightness of being coming through for you right now. I know this to be very, very important is that beautiful. Thank you, Laura. You're working with the lightness of your being. It feels as if you are saying like, I don't want so much of this conflict and drama around me. I want to find the lightness of my being, the lightness to my step, the feeling of joy and sparkle when I, look at the sunshine or the trees or the flowers or your puppy, whatever it is, if that makes sense. So the lightness of being is coming in for you right now too. It feels as almost if you want to like create a lot of dream space for you, a lot of dream space, Laura. That feels very important. It almost feels like you can get like lost in your dream space too. Not in a bad way, just in an immersive way, if that makes sense. So you get kind of immersed in the dreaminess of the spirit world and your spirit and your life. And that you're trying to like integrate that and bring it down to here into the physical so you can experience the lightness of being. So if you're wanting to know, they're saying you're wanting to know what should I work on? What you're working on is finding the lightness of your being, the lightness of your step, the lightness of your breath. Because it feels as if before this, a lot of intensity, and that's not wrong, that's not bad, it's just the pressure of the contraction, and then comes the expansion, and so you're moving into the expansion. So what I would say for you is just keep it light. Try not to get too heavy with things or too worried about things, if that makes sense for you. I hope that's helpful so far. The other card I'm going to follow for you, and this is perfect from the water, the healing waters deck. It's called Follow the Stream, Dedication, Trust, Future Rivers, and Oceans. So really just like staying with the flow. And when we have this beautiful, the rivers and the oceans, you know, all of your emotions, yes, and the peaceful waters too. And so that's what they're bringing forward to you, because you have the right to feel that peace. You have the right to feel that like inner sanctuary within you. And that's what's really big on your discovery. And then what's beautiful about this, Laura, is the more and more that you discover the peace within you too, it's really going to like help start to like, you know, amplify your intuition as well, because you will be able to be more receptive to like your own higher self giving you messages. But you're doing a great job. They show me a beautiful tree for you. It's a big, beautiful full tree, and the leaves are just gently just kind of going with the wind, almost as if they're all like dancing together. You know, it's just a beautiful dance. So you're becoming kind of like one with that grounded tree, also connected, you know, with the sky, with the spirit, and all of the leaves that are dancing. And you're like moving into that oneness with the dance of life, that beautiful dance of life that you've always been a part of. But now you're like becoming aware with it. So it's just like this big, like, spark of knowing has happened within you and is still happening. And you're becoming aware. So it's a really, really beautiful, important, special time for you, Laura. I'm so, so happy for you. I can feel your spirit team behind you too. They make me want to cry with emotion, not in the sad way, in a happy way, because they're just so happy for you too. You've been kind of hopping along your path, kind of like a little bunny rabbit, like, let's try this, let's try this, let's move here. And that's all as it has should be, is bringing in the different parts to you and the different parts of things that you can learn and how it can reflect on you. So taking that time for self-reflection, taking that time for inspiration from things that you're reading, whether it be a story or poetry or a beautiful song, taking in that inspiration, and that's going to help you feel that more of you. But it's a beautiful time where your higher self is really coming into you and finding more of that beautiful integration and immersion. So you're doing a great job, and this is going to keep moving forward. And they show me a beautiful garden. You know, it's like you're planting a garden for yourself and your life, and you're tending to it. So just remember, tend to your garden, all of the parts of you, the self-care, the self-love, the introspection, the reflection, taking that time, the quiet, and just remember you're part of all of those dancing leaves. So I hope that's helpful for you, Laura. And I just want to thank you for being here today. You're doing a great job. And maybe change the word of working on to just to make it, I just want to make it a little softer and gentler, to like things that we are discovering together. How does that sound? Discovering. So you're discovering more of the piece that is you. So I hope that's helpful for you, because that's because we're working with the lightness of being. I just wanted to help that word find a lighter companion, if I may say so. So thank you, Laura. I really appreciate you being here today. So happy I could help and do my part. Thank you. So, okay. Okay. Richard's telling me we're all finished today. So thank you all for being here today. I am so appreciative of each and every one of you. We will be back in 2 weeks here on SBTV, and plenty more. Well, I will be back in 2 weeks, but SPTV, I was just going to say that, Richard, will be here throughout the week with more beautiful shows. So there you go. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and holding space for each other too. And keep remembering to grow in the love. Let love be your compass. Let love be your guide. It will always win. It will always take you to where you're supposed to go. So have faith and trust in that, my beautiful friends. And thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. All of my love. Have a great evening and week. Bye, everyone. Okay. TikTok, 10 p.m. UK time. You'll find Richard there. So head on over there, everybody. We'll see you then. Bye.